The chances of surviving after being hit by a speeding utility truck were, almost none.
So after you get hit and you're in the hospital, for 10 days you shifted between two dimensions, being in your physical body, but also being out of your body and watching yourself like a different person. What did that detachment from yourself teach you?
Well, it taught me a lot because I felt that leading up to that time, my whole life revolved around being an athlete, focusing on my body. And I mean, it really started my search because I wanted to understand what happened, when I left my body. I read a lot of books on NDEs or near death experiences, and none of mine seemed to match. So I couldn't make sense. I feel like I've spent my entire life trying to make sense of what happened. And I realized that there's this great mystery, and maybe I'll never really understand it fully. And I'm always, searching for answers and meaning. And that's really been a driving force behind, what I'm doing now. But it really, one of my favorite quotes is Marcel Proust, who says, "The journey of discovery is not seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes." And I feel that it gave me new eyes, not in the sense of actual eyes, but just a new perspective on life. I realized that we're not, human beings, having a spiritual experience, but spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's been, a real insight for me, realizing that this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is not it. There's so much more than this. And that's enabled me to endure some of the most difficult times of my life.
I was offered a choice: remain in this spiritual world or return to my physical body. So it felt like you had the conscious choice between those two options.
Yeah, it absolutely. I think that's been a great gift for me, that I recognize that I did have a choice. I didn't want to go back to that body because I knew it was broken. And I also knew, in this sort of state of awareness that I was in, that if I went back, I would be returning to a body with a disability, a broken body. And knowing that, I chose to go back. So it's given me a perspective now where everything that happens, even the most difficult things that happen, I feel like, well, I chose this. So what can I learn from this? So it's been a lifelong journey of, as I said, trying to make sense of why I came back. And I feel like, actually quite recently, I've done some work with one of my therapists, and I've really I really have come to the conclusion that I came back because it was a great opportunity for me. Because you don't always get what you want in life, but you do get what you need. And that's what I needed.